I'm sure there's an explanation.
Scott, the woman lied to you. That's the explanation.
No, she didn't lie to me. She wouldn't do that.
Oh, brother, when are you going to come to your senses?
No, not Catherine, and not about her husband's death, for crying out loud.
Oh, all right. Let me get this straight. You're saying that Catherine would never lie to you, but I would. Is that what you're saying? That's just great.
Stop putting words in my mouth.
Oh, will you stop? You stop. You stop and listen to me. Just look at me for a second. If her husband died in New York, like she said, then there'd be a record of it, right? So why, when I checked with the Bureau of Vital Statistics, there was no record of a Charles Crawford? There's no death certificate for him. You want to know why? Because she used you. Catherine Crawford, or whoever she may be, she waltzed right into town and gave you the sorry sob story and took you for $250,000.
I can see why you're so anxious to take off. What are you doing here? You followed me? Next time, you can tell me where you're going, okay? And how did you get in? A fake ID?
All right, everybody. I want this class to come to order, all right? All right. Now, listen, I know our student was a little bit tardy, but she's going to make a comeback. Don't you worry about it. Let's have a big hand.
What's wrong?
I can't go out there.
You can't.
No, I
That's
can't.
a butterfly.
No, it's not. It's...
What? What?
Jagger is out there.
Stone's brother?
Yes, I'm sorry. I can't. You can't see me like this. I can't.
How can this be? The thought that Tiffany would actually kill somebody. Even Jessica.
It's the only thing that makes any sense. Tiffany killed Jessica and Sean's taking the rap. Why else would he be so eager to implicate himself?
No, I have to admit, it does make sense.
I don't know too many other people Sean would be willing to throw his life away for, do you?
Only Tiffany. Who would have as much reason as Sean to want Jessica dead.
Okay, let's put it together. Now, according to Sean, Jessica told Tiffany that she was pregnant with his child.
Right. And we both know that Tiffany has a hot temper.
Hot, the woman's a walking powder keg.
And she would have means and motives and opportunity.
And if she was angry enough...
She could have killed Jessica.
In which case, Sean's confession is a crock.
Oh, Matt, this is all speculation.
Now, wait a minute, I think we're onto something. There's just too many things that don't add up here. Have you ever known Sean to just totally lose it?
Never. Not to this extent.
I know. I mean, he's gotten angry like everyone else. But he's always been able to pull back just before it goes too far. But I think Jessica's murder happened just like Sean said, with one small difference. He wasn't the one that hit Jessica with the candlestick.
Tiffany did it. And he knew it and he covered for it.
Well, if I were a betting man, I'd put a bundle on that scenario. I mean, even if Sean did do it in the fit of passion, at least he'd try and defend himself.
And he could plead temporary insanity like Scotty wanted him to. Hi.
Hi. What are you two still doing here?
We were just waiting to see Tiffany.
Well, I know how anxious you both are, but she's off limits to anybody but immediate family. Her condition too fragile.
Well, change. I mean, right?
I hope so, but it's hard to tell.
May we wait?
Sure. Why don't all of you go down to the cafeteria and get a bite to eat?
Oh, Bobby, I don't know.
Really, Sean. I mean, there's nothing you can do for her right now. We gave her a sedative.
It's a good idea. Yeah, you need a break, Sean.
When was the last time you ate?
I'm just not hungry, okay?
Well, it's not going to do anybody any good, especially Tiffany if you get sick.
You know, actually, I was just about to take a break myself and go to Kelly's. I'd love some company.
Go on, it'll do you good.
Why don't you two come along?
Okay, we'll join you. I want to check the phone first and call Max and make sure everything's okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll catch up with you. All right.
Good. We gotta do something.
Well, we're not going to stand around and let Sean take the fall for something he didn't do. Hey, that's cold.
Poor baby.
Ice cream?
Well, you were sleeping. There wasn't anything really to do, so I called room service.
Sorry, I'm such boring company.
The only time you're boring is when you're asleep. You want some?
What flavor?
Double Dutch chocolate.
It's good.
I thought we deserved a treat.
I've already had mine.
1 second.
You were the ice cream.
Sweet choice.
You are an incredible woman.
And you make me feel incredible.
But it's willpower time. I'm out of here.
What's the rush?
Aren't I distracting you from your goal?
You are never a distraction, my love. From a personal point of view, you are the main event.
Keep that thought.
Tell me something.
Like what?
How much do you want to know?
About you and Baldwin?
I'd like to tell you everything. First, because I value your advice. And second, I want you to know everything. So I don't feel like I'm doing anything behind your back.
You want it all, don't you, Kath? You want to go after Scott, you want your share of Dominique's money, and you want absolution for the way you're going about it. I'm sorry, but you may not get the whole package.
You didn't answer my question.
Let me put it this way. Be careful what you tell me about you and Baldwin.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because once again, you stuck your Pinocchio nose where it doesn't belong.
You know what you're doing here, don't you? You are blaming the messenger for this.
And when are you just going to stop meddling in my life?
But when are you going to stop throwing good money after bad? You know, I'm trying to help you, and this is the thanks I get.
Did I ask you to go to New York? No. Did I ask you to find out if Catherine's husband died? No. So why did you do it?
Why? Because I care about you, and because I don't like seeing you taken advantage of.
Well, I got a little news flash here for you. Nobody has taken advantage of me.
Oh, do you know something? You are very, very stubborn. Your little friend is taking you for a very expensive ride, and I happen to have the proof.
Oh, Lucy, come on. I mean, you've been all over her like a cheap suit ever since she got to town.
Yeah, well, that's because I smell a cheap bleach blonde rat.
Okay, look, if there's no record of Catherine Crawford's husband dying in New York,
Which there isn't.
did it ever occur to you that maybe he died someplace else?
You know, she said that he did die in New York. She lied about that. You know what? I'm beginning to believe she probably lied about having a husband at all.
Why would somebody lie about something like that?
To get your sympathy, which she got along with a whole lot of money.
She didn't get any of my money. It went to those thugs that were threatening her husband.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, damn it, Lucy. Catherine was Dominique's best childhood friend here.
Scott, you know something? I'm beginning to believe that maybe she knew Dominique, but I am convinced they were never buddy-buddy.
Okay. All right. Whew, we're just
going to calm down here because you're getting me worked up again. We're not going to see eye to eye on this. I mean, you're going to question every little thing that she does, right?
And you know what you're doing? You're not questioning anything. What kind of lawyer are you anyway? That was supposed to be funny.
Well, that's not funny. I'm not in the mood for your jokes.
Okay. Okay, fine. You know, there is one absolutely perfect way to resolve all of this.
And what might that be?
We could just go see Catherine right now and ask her about her husband. And I'll tell you what. If I'm wrong about all this, I will stand out in front of Kelly's with absolutely nothing on but a sign saying, Catherine, please forgive me. But, Scott Bowen, if I'm right...
We're not going to see Catherine now.
Why not?
Because, you know what time it is?
Oh, come on. It's not that late. What is it? Are you afraid of the truth? Or do you have something a lot better to do?
Let's go.
Good.
Not that I think that Catherine has done anything wrong. I just want to see you naked in front of Kelly's wearing a sign. Now, let's go. Easy now. Just calm down.
I can't even feel like this. Honey, please, you have to do something. Please.
Hold yourself together. I promise. I'll take care of it. All right? You don't have to apologize.
But I'm letting you down.
You know, you could never do that. I understand what's going on here, okay? You can go upstairs to the apartment, and I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
The bartender says, hey, look, we don't serve mushrooms here, pal. And the merchant says, why not? I'm a fun guy.
Yeah, use the fake ID. Who doesn't?
You think we could have a normal conversation without you going off on me like that?
Hey, it just bugs me having someone on my case all the time.
Is that how you think it is? Me being on your case all the time?
Every single day. And I've had it, man.
All right, okay. I'll back off.
Thanks.
Just wish you didn't see me as your enemy. Think I've never been to a place like this or used a fake ID before?
Really? And I figure you'd give me a hard time about it.
Mike, first I want to check out the first act before I decide. Okay?
Hey, look, do you want something to drink?
Who's this?
Don't, honey, hi. Listen, I need you to do me a favor.
Hey, look, can we get into this later?
No, I don't have to later. See, I need you to put in a good word with me. Son.
Look, I said...
See, you're the only one that he'll listen to, and I need my job back.
Look, you know how he feels about that.
Well, that's why you have to help me, see? And I've got this little girl that I have to take care of, so...
Look, I don't know what you think I can do
Well, you
about
know that I'm the best dancer in this club, right? You know that. I mean, come on. I checked out that new girl that he's so hot for. Please.
Okay, I'll talk to him later, okay?
You know what? You could tell that friend of yours if he wants to see a real pro, he should come and catch one.
Yeah, well, I guess you just told him.
Do you know if my last paycheck is ready?
It's on his desk, in his office. You're gonna have to get it from him.
She asked you for a paycheck. Are you telling me you work here?
You know what gets me?
What?
Even if Sean does take the rap for kissing, he can't protect her forever. She's still going to have to deal with the fact that she killed Jessica. That's probably what caused her nervous breakdown.
Probably. Well, because the alternative watching her go to prison would have been worse for her.
All right, after got the phone message Jessica saying she could tell Tiffany. He probably got back to the hotel and saw the body. It was there.
Or maybe she left. But either way, she must know the tip didn't. He can stay there and cover up any evidence that's there.
And his own fingerprints on her weapon.
And then walks in, right into his hands, and presses to the crime.
Can you imagine if he loved that much?
Well, he loves her all. But he's also filled with guilt.
The affair with Jessica.
He had to be. If he hadn't slept with Jessica, it would have never been. Jessica wouldn't have gotten. She'd still be alive.
Mac,
Yeah.
you think we should just leave this alone?
Come on, Sean needs our help, Felicia.
I know, but still.
Look, he's not going to ask for our help, okay? He needs our help, so he's going to get our help.
I guess you're right. Sort of.
First thing we got to do is talk to Sean. Come on.
Lighten up, Jack. I just kind of hang out here. I got to know some of the girls. I mean, is that so bad?
This is where you've been working, isn't it?
Hey, I'm not on trial here, okay? I just kind of help out once in a while. I do odd jobs, you know? Look, the guy who owns this place is a friend of mine.
Help out? How?
I just told you. Running errands, pitching in where I'm needed. Hey, Jagger, it's just a job.
Why did you keep it a big secret then?
Come on, because I knew you'd jump on my case about it, and I was right.
Everything okay here? This is a private discussion. Do you mind?
I don't, but the customers do, and they're starting to complain.
What's wrong with you hearing or what? Just get lost. It's none of your business.
Hey, Jack, wait, this is my job. And what goes down here is my business.
I'm talking to my brother. You got a problem with that?
Only if he has a problem with it. Look, no, I'm cool. Jagger, this is Sonny, the guy I was telling you about.
Oh, you do the boxing, huh? That's right. Your brother's a good kid. I'll let you two talk. If you need me, I'm over here. Does he know you're underage?
What?
You could be getting in a lot of trouble letting you work in a joint like this, especially with booze around.
Oh, nice move, Jack. What are you going to do, turn us in? Listen to me, Sonny saved my butt. If it wasn't for him, I'd still be on the streets.
Yep, yeah, that's great. You don't have to work here anymore. You have me now.
I like it here, and I'm not quitting.
Mike, please.
No, if you don't like it, you can just... Can we go outside? I can't hear you, okay? We're still setting up your back, okay?
You know, I don't want your absolution. I don't feel guilty about this. It's not about me and Scott. It's an act, a performance. I draw on past experience to create this illusion, and that is all it is.
Not quite. Still the body of the woman I love making love with another man.
But I love you.
It's not that simple. See, I'm trying to be a 90s kind of guy. Half of me knows what you want, so I'm trying to help. But you see, the real half of me wants to rip his lungs out.
Why can't you just let this go?
No. See, I'm not going to be the heavy and tell you not to do it. I can't live with your lingering resentment.
Okay? It means that much to you? Fine. I'll get him to marry me, but I won't sleep with him.
Not even you can pull that off.
Well, I consider that a challenge.
Well, I'd never say never where you're involved, but I do have my doubts.
Are you kidding me? We run off, we have this impulsive little marriage, and 10 days later, I file for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences, that we were sexually incompatible. I mean, how could he ever prove that we didn't consummate the marriage?
You make that sound frighteningly simple.
I'm almost there already. And I repeat my offer. You help me out, and I give you half of everything.
You pull this off without sleeping with him, you can keep the money. And I'll be here when you're done.
Right.
Now I have to go. Got some stuff to do.
All right.
Sorry to barge in like this.
But may we come in? Of course. What's up?
Lucy,
Tell her what you found out, what you did.
Well, I just so happened to be in New York today, and I checked on something. What? Your husband. Guess what? The Bureau of Vital Statistics has absolutely no record of Charles Crawford's death. Can you explain that?
So have you given any more thought to what Scott suggested about changing your plea to temporary insanity?
Won't do any good.
Sean, you don't know that.
Yes, I do. There'd have to be a trial.
Well, so what? Your freedom is at stake.
A lot of people have things at stake, Bobby.
You mean Tiffany?
Yeah, I do mean Tiffany. She couldn't go through a trial right now. I mean, she's been through a lot already, and I don't want to put her through any more. I mean, she has suffered enough, quite enough.
Sean.
Bobby, please. I know what I'm doing. Let's put it this way. And what about you? You ever thought of that?
What about me?
You'd have to be a witness. You'd have to testify to the fact that you secretly confirmed Jessica's pregnancy for me. And I'm sure that the powers that be at the hospital won't be too happy with you about that. They'd rip you to shreds.
So let them.
And besides, Bobby, it would prove that I knew about Jessica's pregnancy weeks ago, and it would throw Scotty's argument that I killed her in a moment of uncontrolled rage right out the window. And the state would use your testimony to make it look like it was all premeditated. No.
Well, there must be some defense that you can put up.
Hi.
Well, hi.
Hi.
Just about given up on you two.
Oh, I'm sorry. Babysitter had to leave early, so Robin offered to babysit for Maxie for me.
Oh, that was nice of her.
Listen, I hate to leave, but I'm due back at the hospital.
Okay. Look, I'm going to...
Keep showing company.
Yeah, I'm going to stick around and talk to Mac and Felicia, all right?
Okay. You coming back later?
I'll be there.
Bye. You haven't touched your food.
Not too hungry.
That's understandable.
Well, you still have to eat.
Come on, give him a break.
Oh, whoa. Here. I'll take a bite now. Give me a piece.
You tell me.
All right, look. I owe you both an apology.
Yes, you do.
I apologize, and I'm sorry that I blew up with you like that. It's just that the pressure's pretty intense these days.
Don't you think we know that, Sean? But you're not leveling with us, and that's a little hard to swallow right now.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about Jessica's death. There's something you're not telling us, and we want to know why.
Mac, you are wrong.
Are we?
Yeah, just, honey, look.
Oh, come on. After everything we've been through, you think we're going to believe a story like this?
Look, I know you both care about me very much, but will you do me a favor? And just let Scotty handle my defense, all right?
What defense, Sean? You confessed to murder.
Because I committed murder.
If you change your plea, then the state will have to prove it. I remember how you were when you were behind bars. You didn't like it very much, Sean.
You had a physical reaction to it. I would think you'd want to do everything in your power to avoid it.
All right, look, I'm not saying I like the idea. I don't want to have Tiffany go through a long, drawn-out, messy trial, okay?
Oh, so you think it's going to be better for her for you to be behind bars? She'll spend the rest of her life without you.
Look, if you go to trial, Sean, you both might win.
Oh, come on, Mac. I mean, my chances of beating this thing are slim to none.
Slim beats none.
All right, fine. Beats none. But the only thing I'm really concerned about right now is Tiffany's state of mind and nothing else.
We're concerned about that, too.
Oh, if you are concerned, I mean, she cannot go through the strain of a trial after everything else she's been through. No.
So what? So just throw yourselves to the wolves. Is that it?
No. Mac, please. Look at this thing. I am guilty. Why don't we just leave it at that?
No, I'm not going to just leave it at that. No, we're not going to just leave it at that, no.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to, because this case is closed, and so is this conversation. I'm sorry. If you'll excuse me, I'm going back to the hospital to see how Tiffany's doing.
What do you think?
I'm convinced more now that he's definitely hiding something.
And he's afraid we're going to find out what it is.
You don't have to work here anymore. Look, I like working here. It makes me feel... What? You wouldn't understand. You don't know that. Why don't you try me? Look, it makes me feel like I'm somebody. People count on me here, you know? So what do you actually do around here? Bring in the customers, I cue the music, I run the light. Hey, look, it might not sound like much to you, but it means a lot to me. What about drugs? What about them? Is it part of your job description? Do you sell around here? I'm not stupid, okay? Well, you're not very smart if you think this is your future. Unless you want to end up like this Sonny character over here. Hey, who are you to knock Sonny? You don't even know him. I know all I have to know about him. See? I knew you wouldn't understand. Look, I'm sorry, but it just bugs me hearing you talk about this guy like he's the second coming. He's probably a thug working in a place like this. Don't you realize that? Watch it. I don't have to listen to you trash him, okay? You're the one always harping on family. Well, to me, Sonny's more than that. He doesn't look down on me. And he doesn't give me that self-righteous crap that you and Gina are always... Hey, wait a second, okay? Sonny gives me a fair shake, man. Mike, I am not putting you down. It's just the opposite. Okay, I know you can do better than this. What, I could be like you? Is that what you mean? Well, no thanks, man. I'm already making more money than you are. It's not about the money. And it's a lot more fun than flipping burgers at Kelly's. Look, you don't know Sonny. I do. He's made a place for me here, and I'm not leaving. And if you don't like it, well, then that's your tough.
You gotta chill.
I'm just a little shaky still, okay? Sorry.
But, you know, I mean...
Look, if I hadn't seen Jagger and he'd seen me on stage, I would have died.
Here, drink this. Jagger didn't see it, but even if he did see it, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
It would have been the end of my world, Sonny, because it would have only been a matter of hours before my mom and everyone else would have found out what I was doing.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
I know that. I know. I'm not. Look, I just want to keep this part of my life separate. Okay? Because this is the only place that I can come where I don't have to be who everyone else thinks that I am. And I don't want that to change.
It won't. And as long as you feel that way, I'll make sure of it.
Because this is the only place that I can come where I can just forget about all the bad stuff when I'm dancing, and I can just be myself. And I need that, Sonny. I need that.
Didn't I tell you I'd take care of everything? Then I will. Come on.
What exactly are you accusing me of?
We're not accusing you of anything.
Well, it sounds like Lucy is.
Well, you know how she is. She found that there was no record of your husband's death.
So she came running to you, calling me a liar.
No, not exactly. I just think you have a bit of a problem telling the truth, especially where your husband's concerned.
And what about you, Scott? Do you think I lied too?
No. I mean, I feel as though there's an explanation, that's all.
Right. So, do you have one?
One what?
An explanation. We are all ears.
Of course I do, Lucy. But, you know, you really should have come to me first. I could have saved you the trip to New York, you know, especially in your condition and all.
That's very sweet of you to be worried about me like that, but I have never felt better. Well,
it's simple. There was no Charles Crawford. Never was.
I knew it.
I never took my husband's name.
What?
Crawford is my maiden name. Charles Reynolds was his name. So I think if you went back and rechecked the death records in New York, you'd have a lot better luck.
Well, see there, you've made quite an assumption.
Well, Catherine, why did you never mention this about your husband before? I mean, we talk about your husband all the time. How come?
I always referred to him as Charles, didn't I? People don't usually talk about the last names of their husbands.
Well, I hope you're satisfied.
Oh, completely.
You know, Lucy, I really wish that you would trust me. It'd be nice if we could be friends.
Well, I know I would like that.
Well, then, yes, of course. I really am willing to try.
Good. Good. Well, listen, you get some sleep, you know. It's late. Sorry we bothered you. Let's go.
Good night, Scott. Lucy.
Okay, Mac, what's going on inside of that head of yours?
I'm thinking we should push ahead with the Jessica Holmes homicide.
And ignore Sean's wishes?
It's either that or throw confetti at him as they cart him off to prison.
Which means we have to find out what really went on in Sean's apartment the night that Jessica was killed.
That's right.
So the first person that we talked to is Bobby.
Why Bobby?
Because she works at the hospital. She has direct access to Tiffany.
Well, yeah, but Tiffany's in no shape to talk to anyone, or...
Well, she's going to snap out of it sooner or later. And she hasn't spoken since the night of the murder, but maybe she's talking in her sleep. Bobby's there. She can give us the information, keep us informed.
Good thinking. Well, let's go.
Mac,
Yeah.
I'm a little frightened about how this is going to turn out.
I know what you're getting at.
But the only way to prove Sean is innocent is to point the finger at Tiffany. Can we live with that?
Look, if he did you a favor, that's great. But I still say you can tell by looking at him it's nothing but a hood.
He's my friend, Jagger.
Can I be concerned about you?
Look, I'm not a kid anymore. I've been on my own a long time now. I don't need this garbage.
I'm your brother, Mike. I don't want to see you wind up in trouble.
I won't if you just have a little faith.
I want to. But I remember being alone, out there, not knowing who to trust. And I ended up being influenced by a few bad people along the way.
Well, I'm not you.
Mike.
Look, don't ask me to make a choice between you and Sonny, all right? I guarantee you just won't like my answer.
You don't mean that.
Yes, I do. As far as I'm concerned, Sonny's much more of a brother to me than you are. So,
how'd it go?
just as I expected?
Oh, you were outside so long, I figured you were working things out.
Nope, not possible. And so the hell with them.
You know best. For what it's worth, I'm proud of you.
What did I do?
Come on, I mean, you got a lot going, Stone. If your brother can't see that, then it's his problem. Yeah?
Hey, thanks, Sonny. Gosh, so how's Carrie? I mean, she must have freaked when she saw Jagger.
She's handling it. But listen to me. I want you to forget Jagger. He's only causing you grief from what I can see. All right?
know, you'd think I would have learned my lesson by now. I mean, I don't know why I would ever listen to you.
Trust me, you should really give this all a rest.
Yeah, well, you might take your own advice.
Okay, all right. Despite her stellar performance just now, I still don't think something is right about all this. I haven't thought that since I laid eyes on that woman.
Oh, look, we're going to have to come to a little understanding here. Ever since Dominique died, you have been playing mother hen, and I've let you.
Yeah, well, that's because I promised Dominique that I would look after you, you know.
Well, you're just going a little bit too far. I don't think it's fair to me. It's not fair to Catherine, who happens to be Dominique's best friend, okay?
I still don't trust her. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to lie and pretend that I do?
If that's what it takes, pretend.
Okay, fine. I will try.
Try hard.
All right, I said I would try, and I will try, okay?
I'm going to drive you home now. It's late.
Fine.
But first, we have to stop. I have to get a huge piece of cardboard so we can make up that sign that you're going to wear in front of Kelly's.
I have to rest. My kid's been a busy.
How's that?
Lucy and Scott dropped in for a surprise visit.
What they want?
Well, remember I told you that Lucy was up to something?
Mm-hmm.
She went to New York.
Let me guess, to check into Charles's death.
Mm-hmm. Good thing we were ready.
Knowing people with access to public records can be very useful.
Oh, you should see the look on Lucy's face when I told her that my maiden name was Crawford. Ah!
You know, actually, Lucy did us a favor.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, think about it. By dragging Scott up here, she made a fool out of herself. You, on the other hand, are the injured party, which means in the future, Scott will be much more reluctant to doubt you.
Jagger's gone, and I don't think he'll be back either.
Why? What happened?
He and Stone had it out. He actually thinks he can get Stone out of here away from my evil influence.
Stone didn't go, did he?
No way, this is his life now. Whether it fits in with Jagger's plans or not. Now it's your turn.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Start thinking where you really belong, honey.
Join hands. A long time ago, I made a promise to you guys. I promised that I was going to find you and take care of you. All that promise has come true. Now we're a family again. No one is going to take you away from me again. We're always going to be together. Always.
I love you, Jagger.
Me too.
Let's give thanks.
Hi. Hi. Anything new on Tiffany?
How long has he been like that?
About a half an hour. It just breaks my heart to see him like this. Here he is with his whole life hanging in the balance. All he's concerned about is Jane.
He loves her so much.
I just wish I could do something for him.
Well, we all do. But hey, don't give up just yet.
Why? You know something?
Well, not exactly, but we're working on it.
Great. You let me know.
As soon as we have something. It's gonna be all right.
I hate what's happening to him and Tiffany. I keep thinking, what right do we have to play God in their lives?
We don't have a choice this time.
Suppose we find out that Tiffany did it, then we can prove it. What's going to happen to her? What's going to happen to him?
I can't answer that. All I know is we gotta find out what the truth is, and then we'll decide how to deal with it, okay?
Wednesday, it's the series premiere of the romantic comedy that flirts with danger, Moon Over Miami.